Hey, what's going on everybody? Desir here with another round of Cosmic Crucible for you. Last week was pretty rough for me. I did go 1 and 2, but I also faced 3 Mephistos, so I learned quite a bit. Hopefully this week we can get back on track, try to go at least 2 and 1, maybe push for that 3 and 0, and really get that nice push into that Masters 1. That's going to be my goal this week, so let's see if that happens. And if you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to that channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. My opponent today is Serpids. Now if I did say your name incorrectly, I definitely apologize for that. But they are about 80.5 million TCPs. This is going to be about a 4 million punch down for me. The most important thing I noticed about their account is they don't have Mephistos, so I'm very happy about that, especially after last week. As far as my defense goes, I did just put out a new defense video, so I am testing some new things on there. But let's go ahead and see what defense they're running today. In Stage 1, they're running the full Infinity Watch. Stage 2, they have the 3-piece for Mercs for money, with Spider-Man, Noir, and Nightcrawler. Stage 3, they have the remaining 3 members of the X-Treme X-Men, with Wolverine, which I find interesting, and Dorm. Stage 4, they have Rogue, X-23, Gambit, and then the 2-piece for the Out of Time. Stage 5, they have the Hive Mind Super Skrull team. In Stage 6, they have the Spider Society with Quicksilver. So it looks like they have some of the same things I have on defense for my video. However, for Stage 6, it looks like the positioning is a little bit different, so I'm kind of curious how that would end up playing out. But let's go ahead and start the attacks. For Stage 1, I'm going to go back to my old reliable, the Eternals, Tangled Web, and Spider-Man Big Time. I usually do fairly well in this matchup. However, this one here I do make a little mistake at the beginning of the match. I had Shawshank Redemption on and I kind of messed up the attack, so bear with me and forgive me for this. So for this attack here for Spider-Man Big Time's turn, instead of doing that special, I did the ultimate. Like I said, I had Shawshank Redemption on and I hit the wrong button. I thought I had 2099s turned up, which is why that happened. However, for Spider-Man 2099, I do the ultimate. For Spider-Weaver, I do the ultimate so that way I get the charges. Icarus, I do end up doing the ultimate here. I get the 1 kill and I get the 2nd kill. This should have been a whole lot quicker because Gamora and Nebula should have been dead permanently right there. Cersei's up, I do the ultimate to do another turn meter rewind. Here I do the special. I should have just done the basic there, so I'm kind of all over the place with this matchup. 2099, I do the special. That was mainly just to get some splash damage out there. Spider-Weaver's up. I end up doing the basic on Adam Warlock. I was hoping I'd be able to get him low enough to where I can get the permakill. However, he did end up surviving. Icarus is back up. I end up doing the special on the Moondragon. That does call the assistant and that does get her killed off. For Cersei, I end up doing the special to put the stun on Nebula, and again that called some assistant. I do the basic with Spider-Man Big Time, and she's barely hanging on to a thread right there. Icarus is up. Here I just end up doing the basic to Nebula just to get a kill on her. Cersei, I do the basic on Phyla-Vell. For Spider-Weaver, I go back to the Adam Warlock and do the basic. That ends up getting the permakill on the Adam Warlock. Spider-Man Big Time does the basic to the Phyla-Vell. Icarus ends up finishing off Phyla-Vell with the basic. Now I just have to worry about the Gamora. So this still ended up working even with that big mistake at the beginning. It just tanked my efficiency a little bit more than it should have. For Stage 2, I'm going to use Apocalypse, 3 of the Horsemen, and Echo. Echo's there to negate the Old Man Logan for when the Spider-Man Noir and Nightcrawler goes, because they're going to go very quick in this one. Now the lose condition on this is going to be when I use Apocalypse's ultimate if Pandapool gets that reflexive taunt and I'm going to have to Falcon Punch him instead of Old Man Logan, that's going to basically cost me this matchup. However, if I can get it down to where it's just Old Man Logan and maybe one or two other characters, I should be able to clean up fairly well. So here Nightcrawler is going to be going first because of that speed up and his natural speed. He ends up targeting the Echo, however she's still alive. When the Spider-Man Noir goes though, he does target the Red Hulk, which ends up killing the Echo for us. Now because of the Mystic on the other side, Morgan Le Fay is going to go first. I end up doing the ultimate, and that does put the ability block on the Old Man Logan. Red Hulk's going to go next. I use the special on the Spider-Man Noir, and now Apocalypse is up. I'm going to target the Nightcrawler and use the ultimate. And here I actually get 2 kills, and that ends up getting the Archangel to do the pings over to the Pandapool, which causes the reflexive taunt to go up, so I have to Falcon Punch him. So now I'm going to put everything into Nightcrawler. I'm going to try to kill him, and if I can get it down to where it's just Old Man Logan and Deadpool, I can do a very easy cleanup on this matchup. So here Apocalypse is up. I end up doing the special on the Nightcrawler, and I get the ISO hit on him as well, so it does end up getting his health trigger going. Morgan Le Fay is up. Here I end up doing this special. I think I should have done the basic there instead though, because we can't reduce the Old Man Logan turn meter while he's above 50% health, so I should have done the basic on that one. Red Hulk's going to use the basic on the Nightcrawler, and now Apocalypse is going to target the Nightcrawler and do the basic as well, and that does get him killed off. Red Hulk is up. I'm going to use the ultimate here, so that we can get the battlefield effect out. So right here I'm just going to try to do as much damage as I can to the Old Man Logan, but I don't want to kill the Deadpool. If we kill the Deadpool, that's going to mess up our counter when we go in for the cleanup. So this is perfect. Old Man Logan just did the special, so when you go in for the cleanup, he's not going to be using that special. For the cleanup on this, we're just going to use the full New Warriors. This should clean this up very easily. So the reason we wanted one other person left with Old Man Logan is because we need to use Gwenpool's basic at the start on the Deadpool. Now we can use Firestar's ultimate on the Old Man Logan, so that way we get all those bleeds and trauma on him. We're going to target Deadpool and use the special to spread the bleeds over to Old Man Logan. He does end up bleeding out, and now we just have to take care of Deadpool. This is a very easy cleanup for us because we were able to keep another character alive with that Old Man Logan. For stage 3, I'm going to use Masters of Evil with Northstar. Northstar has become a really good plug and play character anytime you see a dorm or that stage 5 room where every villain has that revive once. The ability for him to just use that ultimate and clear the revive once is very useful. So Titania will be going first here. I'm going to target the Forge and use the ultimate so I can get the ability block on him. Kang is up next, and I'm going to use the special on the Forge here. The ISO attack does end up killing 1 life off of the Forge. I'm going to try to stay on him though. So for Moonstone's turn, I'm going to target the Forge and use the special so I can get the trauma stun on him, and that does end up taking him out. Absorbman is up. I'm going to use these specials so that way we can cleanse all of the bleeds that Wolverine just pumped out on us. Northstar's up. I'm going to use the ultimate, and that just cleared all of the revive onces out on the field. Titania's going to use the special on the Wolverine. Kang is up. I'm going to use the ultimate. That does end up killing 2 of the characters. Now I just have to worry about the Dorm and the Sunspot. and Moonstone's able to take that out by using her ultimate. For stage 4, I'm going to go into with the sack here. I'm just going to load in with the Invaders, I'm going to pause the game, and this is going to make it to where you don't have to worry about the Black Knight doing the retaliates on us. This is going to be the safer route because I don't want to risk going in with my real team, messing that attack up, and having to worry about a cleanup and possibly giving myself worse efficiency. So as I mentioned, I'm just loading into the game here and I'm going to pause it. I know some people do like to try to burn Rogue Special, which I totally understand. I just don't want to take additional turns that I feel I don't need to actually take. So we're just going to fast forward to the team I'll be actually using to clear this room now. Now we're going to go in with the Superior 6 with Vulture. This team should be able to clear this room no problems at all. So Vulture will be going first. I'm going to use the special to try to get rid of the buffs on the Black Knight. I didn't clear them, which is perfectly fine still. Green Goblin Classic's going to use the ultimate. That's going to do that turn meter rewind and put a bunch of debuffs on the other side of the field. Now that Kraven's up, I'm going to use the special to put the ability block on the Rogue. Doc Ock is up, I'm going to use the special. That is going to cleanse some of the debuffs on our side of the field that don't have the trauma on them. Spider Slayer is going to use the special. And that does end up taking out the Captain America. Vulture is going to use the ultimate, that gets rid of the Gambit. Here Rogue does end up doing the special, and she is actually going to follow that up with the ultimate now. Black Knight does get his special off, so he does have the taunt. I'm going to switch over to the Rogue though, I want to take her out first. She's the bigger threat. Green Goblin Classic's going to use the special on her, that gets rid of her. Now I can go all in on the Black Knight and not worry about those retaliates. Because we did that sack, this hit was very simple and easy to do. For stage 5, we're going to use Cabal, Zemo, and Lizard. It's really funny how Zemo's kind of made a resurgence this season. Him being able to go so fast and get that crit to get the Cabal team moving is becoming pretty instrumental in this team and a very valuable member of the Cabal. As far as Lizard goes, he's a really good plug-and-play character, especially with the Cabal team, if you're going against any Spider-Verse characters, such as the Hive Mind Super Skrull team here. So the Lizard will be going first here. I'm going to use the ultimate to clear all of the positive effects on the other side of the field. Zemo's up next. I'm actually going to use the ultimate here. I want to get that ability block on the Super Skrull and hopefully get some crits. Boy Knight's up and he's going to use the ultimate, so he does pull us together and get a couple flips, which is perfectly fine. Iron Patriot's going to stay targeted on the Super Skrull and use the special. The assist comes in and takes 1 life off the Super Skrull. Namor is going to stay on the Super Skrull and use the ultimate. That basically clears the field, it gets the assist in, and kills the Super Skrull. Leader's going to use the special on the Red Goblin and that kills him off. Now I just have to kill the Carnage. This was a very fast, efficient fight for me. For stage 6, I'm going to use Secret Defenders with Cosmic Ghost Rider. I heard that he works really good against the Spider Society team when paired with the Secret Defenders, so I really wanted to test this out, and I was actually pretty impressed. So let's go ahead and take a look at this fight. Miss Marvel Harlight's going to be going first. I'm going to target the Penny and use the ultimates, that way I can do a rewind on the Spider-Man Pavitra, Penny, and Peter B. Parker. Black Cat's up next. I'm going to use the special to put the trauma stun on Quicksilver. Ghost Rider Robbie's up. I'm going to target the Peter B. Parker and use the special to put the ability block on him. Photon's up next. I'm going to stay targeted on the Peter B. Parker and use the special. I want to get the blind on the Ghost Spider. Now this part's really important. When you end up using the special for Cosmic Ghost Rider, that actually puts the stun on a protector who is actually Penny, so we're able to put a stun on her without actually targeting her with a different ability. Ghost Rider Robbie's up next. I'm going to use the ultimate that ends up actually killing the Penny. For Black Cat's turn, I'm going to use the ultimate on the Quicksilver that ends up taking his buffs and actually killing him. And here you can see how fast the Spider Society team's actually fallen apart just because of just adding that Cosmic Ghost Rider. And it looks like I won. My opponent ended up getting a 49,343. I got a 49,369. So we both did end up dropping 2 matches. I'm really curious to see which ones he got tripped up on, so that way we can kind of re-evaluate the defense changes that we made and see if they were good, or if we want to stick with it, or maybe try to tweak it a little bit already. So let's go ahead, take a look at the defenses to see what happened. For stage 1, I did have that mess up at the start of the match, which definitely hurt our efficiency here. We got an 83.54 on this one. For stage 2, I did have to 2-tap this one. My Apocalypse and Horsemen didn't work that well because I did end up pushing that Panda pool, so I had to go in with that New Warriors cleanup. So I did get a 79.56 on this one. For stage 3, the Masters of Evil with Northstar is a pretty good counter when you see this Dorm team. So I did end up getting a 83.65. That's a really good efficiency score on this one. For stage 4, I did the Invaders sack, and then my Superior 6 with Vulture was able to one-shot this room. This did get me a 79.64. I was pretty happy with the efficiency score, even with the sack on this one. For stage 5, the Cabal, Zemo, Lizard did really good on this. I get an 83.64. That's another really good efficiency score, especially on the Hive Mind Super Skrull team. For stage 6, I was very impressed with the efficiency on this one. So we did the Secret Defenders with the Cosmic Ghost Rider. That just demolished the Spider Society with Quicksilver. We get an 83.66 on this one. Usually the Spider Society pulls like a low 60s, high 50s score. So this was very impressive. As for my defense, it looks like my opponent did something similar. They ended up doing the Eternals with Weaver big time, and they added Kestrel in instead of 2099. This got them at 83.51. I'm curious if they were watching the Shawshank Redemption just like I was. So for stage 2, they did the Apocalypse, the Horsemen, and Emma. They had to back out, go back in. They were able to get it on the second hit. This did get them at 79.51. Typically, if you see that Noir on the other side of the field, it's more beneficial to use Echo instead of Emma. I think if they had that, then they probably could have just done this on the first hit. For stage 3, he did the same thing I did again. He ended up doing the Masters of Evil with Northstar into the Extreme X-Men with Dorm. Gambit was not with this team since he was in that stage 4. This got them a 83.57, so it still pulled a fairly good efficiency on this one. Stage 4, it looks like I got a defensive one here. They end up using the Superior 6 with Nova, and that ended up wiping. Then they used the New Warriors to clean it up. This got them a 79.62. So it does look like the Captain America did make a difference on here, because when Nova did the special, he wasn't able to get any of the flips, and he wasn't able to stun the Black Knight, which definitely caused my team to kind of keep going and wiping his team out. For For stage 5, they end up using the Cabal with Vulture and Omega Red into my Hive Mind Super Skrull. This got them at 8360. This one's a pretty good counter as well, however I think that adding the Lizard would be better than the Omega Red in this case. They did have to peel Lizard off to use him elsewhere, so I get why they used Omega Red on this one though. And for stage 6, they used the Seeker Defenders with Lizards. They did use Lizard in stage 6, which is why they couldn't use that in stage 5, so I definitely understand that. This got them at 8362. That's a pretty good efficiency score against that Spider Society Quicksilver, but we can see what the difference of using that Cosmic Ghost Rider versus the Lizard. It got us an extra about 4 efficiency, so I'm definitely going to keep using that Cosmic Ghost Rider version. I'm pretty happy with the performance that my defense and my offense did today. This was a really good matchup. I really enjoyed the counters, especially since some of them were very similar to my defense, so I kind of got to see firsthand of how that felt playing against it. So thank you for this matchup, Serpids. I really had fun. I hope that you enjoyed going against my defense as well, and I look forward to a possible rematch in the future, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get lined up again. And I do hope that all of you watching did enjoy this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.